Hey, this is Notzer, and this is the Tier 8 German cruiser, Admiral Hipper. It has 8 main guns, 12 secondary guns, 55 AA guns, 12 torpedoes, a top speed of 32 knots, total hull 43,800. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main battery, increase main battery accuracy, reduce the chance of flood and fire, faster rudder shift, and concealment. For my commander, situation awareness, faster turret traverse, superintendent, advanced firing training, and concealment again. We are on the map Land of Fire. I spawned in the west, but I just hate the west on Land of Fire. It's too wide open, battleships have a huge advantage, and I prefer to counter destroyers and cruisers in my cruiser. Where are most destroyers going to try and head to? Either the center or the east. So that's exactly where I'm headed. Now, look at the team's deployment. We have 3 friendly destroyers who are in front of the main fleet. They are providing intel, the possibility of sending out torpedoes, take out enemy destroyers. It's a fantastic deploy. I really would love if every single destroyer would make use of their ability to get closer to the enemy to provide that extra intel that is so vitally important, especially at deployment. The aircraft carrier is really the most ideal scouter, but it's not in most games, right? Enemy Udaloy, Tier 9 Soviet destroyer, very capable, very dangerous in the right hands. We have yet to run into the other 2 destroyers, though. We've got a couple enemy cruisers showing up on the map. Nothing out of the ordinary right now. Enemy New Orleans is on the east. Ooh, enemy destroyer shows up. Kagero, Tier 9 Japanese destroyer. And we do a quick check. They're pretty far away. Now, the German cruisers have extra range on pretty much all other cruisers. Hitting a destroyer out that far is not easy, and this guy looks a little lazy, so we're going to lead him in the direction he was headed. We fire, of course, on his position. And I think we might get 1 dispersion into him. Yes, 1 dispersion for 600 damage. Wow, okay, that's pretty pathetic. 2 shells actually make contact, 600 damage. We did have AP loaded. I have the expectation that I'm going to engage an enemy target. Speaking of enemy targets, enemy New Orleans, we fire all guns. He's got great angling. AP is not ideal at all. He also has the rank 1 camouflage, so this person is skilled in the game somewhat. We'll actually see. It looks like he is not skilled in realizing the danger, and we take him out. 2 citadels, he turns right into it. Perfect setup, first blood. We've got the initial advantage. 2 enemy ships have been destroyed. The Udaloy, and I believe that New Orleans. Yeah, the New Orleans is the one I killed, obviously. And I don't see the Udaloy icon. I would really love a nice, clean mod that will just list the name of the ship, please. I have a general idea of what they're supposed to look like, but, you know, not everyone knows that. We, of course, tried to fire on the North Carolina. Got a little bit of damage, not that much. He's out in the open. He should be focused down. We did lose a friendly battleship on the far left flank. Enemy Ibuki is firing on my position, and I'm going to, of course, fire on his. Now, I elevate the gun because he's moving away, obviously. He sets me on fire. I'm considering putting it out. I don't want to be vulnerable to another fire, however, so I'm going to wait until I feel like there's not a huge threat from the Ibuki. Of course, he's firing on my position right now. We're maneuvering. I choose to fire on this North Carolina. He's still in range, and he's a lower health target. Now, we miss completely because he's maneuvering. Just look at the enemy ball. 6 or 7 ships are all tightly packed in one little square. If we had a Shimakaze, maybe a friendly Kagero could take huge advantage of that, possibly get a lot of torpedo strikes. It is the ideal target for Japanese destroyers. The enemy North Carolina no longer in range. We're going to transition back to the Ibuki, who hasn't chosen to fire on us recently. We get 3K, we over-aim a little bit, he's maneuvering towards us. At these extreme ranges, it's very hard to consistently land those shots because there's so much time to maneuver. Enemy Kutuzov shows up, we fire on his position. Get absolutely nothing 500 points of damage. Who cares about that? The Kutuzof has a fantastic rudder. It is very difficult to catch the Kutuzof in a vulnerable position. They can just maneuver so well. And I miss with my second salvo, just frustrated. We lose another, we're down a ship, and more importantly, we have lost 2 battleships and a cruiser. We lost 2 battleships on our far west flank. Clearly they went too far away, was not an ideal location. They're not going to enjoy the game as much as they probably should have. It looks like the enemy feels like they have an advantage. Oh, nice, a Citadel penetration, 8,400. The enemy doesn't realize there are 3 friendly destroyers in the center of the map. Trying to do some crossfire on the cruisers, the battleships, anything that will show their side. He's turning a lot, but he's showing a perfect broadside now. We could take him out. See the North Carolina in the back? I just don't have range. I would focus it down. If I had range, I would go after it. Someone on my team hopefully is going to go after it. We get 5,600. Not bad. He's not really maneuvering that much, and it looks like he's going to run into the Izumo, who is aggressively pushing the center of the map and on fire. And okay, we incapacitate one of his guns, 3K. Looks like a Tirpitz. Pulled a Notzer and ran into an island. Don't know how you actually do that. On second thought, yeah, I know how that happens. He was trying so hard. Don't be mean to him. This Izumo is playing really weird though. He's moving forward brazenly. We have 3 destroyers still up. You don't do this when there's such a huge threat of torpedo systems. There's no way you can compensate for the amount of torpedoes that you might take. Now, our Shimakaze and our Benson are very low, but the Shimakaze can end him so fast. Just too dangerous. We're going to do everything in our power to lower his health, possibly set him up for our follow-up. Now, we're firing AP, 2K, he's angled a little bit. We really want to plunge into the deck. I was hoping that I would get a better angle as I moved north, and possibly have the ability to penetrate his armor. He's not looking at me at all. There's no threat whatsoever. So every gun cooldown will be used. I felt like he was slowing down, so I was going to try and get the least armored part of the ship, but it looks like it bounced off, ricocheted. We're right at that angle where it's coming down, but it's not coming down too much to plunge. Now it's going to bounce off the deck. Bunch of torpedoes smack into him and take him out. Who's surprised? Dude's mad at torpedoes. You're out in the open, not moving at all. You're set up. You don't use that tactic when there are still enemy destroyers on the map. We do lose 2, though. There's only 1 left, and I notice, while firing, there is an enemy destroyer pushing towards our base. This is very dangerous. Someone has actually pinged out to concentrate fire on him. At this point in the match, we're doing alright. The enemy is trying to push into our base, but I don't want to do a base race. Base races always end badly for me. I would prefer to take them on as they overextend. We're doing okay damage against this enemy cruiser, but we would be useful in other locations, so I decide I'm going to go full speed, head back to base, try and take out the enemy destroyer. At the very least, I'll shoo him away. He hasn't yet captured or attempted to capture our base, but there's a 100% chance that he will. We lose the Izumo. There's absolutely nobody defending the point right now. The enemy cruisers are maneuvering wildly to avoid the fire, and I think I'm actually the only one who can fire. We have a friendly battleship who has 2 kills. He's right behind me. Hopefully he can try and engage the Admiral Hipper. An enemy battleship is very low, the North Carolina. He's moving in from the west side of the map. Yep, there's the enemy. He's capturing our base as I speak. We're getting chip damage on these targets, but it isn't the focus of our current objective. Our current objective is get over to the base. A couple enemy destroyer torpedoes are in the water. Friendly destroyer scouts it out. We get a little bit on the nose, just enough to do 2,500 points of damage. I would love a Citadel penetration, but it's really hard to guarantee he'll be in the exact location I need him. 590? Really? Why even put that on the screen? It's so low. I was a little worried that these torpedoes might get to me, so I'm going to hurry forward. He turns. Yeah, just laugh at me. 4 shells for 1k damage. This will probably be the last. Yeah, didn't even work. Enemy destroyer sent out torpedoes. Now, this enemy North Carolina is within range now. So I'm going to go, I'm not passing this up. We got to make sure he dies. Now, he is on fire. He is taking damage from friendlies, but what if he has damage control? What if he survives? I took the shot thinking that he might not be taken out as quickly as maybe he needed to. Thinking back on it, he was going to die. I didn't really need to assist at all. We do have a huge push on our base. The Fletcher is running away, of course. He's got a super neutral angle, though. Not going to be very useful for me. Kutuzov is in range, but he's near my max range. So we're going to elevate the gun a little bit. It looks like he wants to run away. I don't blame him. We are in trouble, though. We are behind the enemy right now. And the Kutuzov is not the primary target. The real target is going to be that Kutuzov that's behind that island, 11 kilometers away. That's a much better target. Now, we had the Admiral set up just right, and we fired too long. But the 11-kilometer Kutuzov, much closer. He's moving towards us, actually. So, AP at the waterline, nice. Citadel, we take out his propulsion, force him to use it. He's actually firing AP. Every time I fire, I'm trying to correct my angle. I am a little greedy, trying to get the back guns in play. Remember, he has a faster rate of fire. He will basically be able to fire twice for every 1 salvo of mine. We do knock out one of his front guns, which is a huge deal. Now he has to change his entire orientation, and this hipper too low to be left alone. I believe a battleship got him very low. We're just going to help ease him on to the next game. This is a pretty easy shot. It's not my kill, but it's an important kill to give us a chance to win the game. And let's take a quick look at the Kutuzov. Yeah, both front guns completely destroyed. 100% he sent torpedoes. So what I'm going to try and do is get all my guns in play, obviously. And I'm going to turn away from him. I don't want the 8-kilometer torpedoes affecting this engagement. I have the advantage gun-wise. There's a front citadel. Nice. Can we kill him with this next salvo? It's only 1 gun. Oh, no. It actually ricochets off the hull. And yes, we take him out. You heard the torpedoes. Don't even have a chance to look at them. We have to take out this enemy Kutuzov, who is continuously firing on my position. We still have 2 enemy destroyers. One popped up, that Fletcher, who attempted to capture the base. Unsuccessful, of course. And he sets us on fire. I immediately put the fire out. I need every hit point I can manage. Don't know how many targets I'm going to have to deal with, but I definitely need to take this guy out. So as we move towards him, we're going to maintain as good angling as we can. Of course, he set us on fire again. He's firing HE. It's the superior ammo type whenever the target is angled harshly. We lose a friendly. Friendly gets another kill. And we keep this little lead. He's going to show a lot of his side, though. I think we actually destroyed one of his front guns again. And these are perfect broadside target. We definitely need to citadel this guy. Come on, back guns. Get in range. Number 3 gun is still blocked. Come on. No citadel. 2500. He's firing. Oh, this should be bad. We did pretty good absorbing that damage. He's moving away. AP less effective. I would love to just jam it right in that superstructure. I don't want it to ricochet. Okay, 2900. Finally, finish. Number 3 gun. Where are you? I'm trying so hard to get it in play. The enemy was able to do pretty great damage considering I showed so much of my side just to get number 3 in play. It never worked out. We do earn Kraken Unleashed, although 2 of those kills weren't our kills. One of them definitely was going to die without our help. The other one had to die, or it threatened the win. Now, we get, just barely keeping that Fletcher alive. He's holding his fire, by the way. He wants to drop off. Come on, guns. Come on. I think we missed. Yeah, I try and compensate again. Come on. Get him. Get him. Oh, just a little bit long. He was able to maneuver and avoid. It's really annoying because now he's probably going to run and never show himself ever again. We are detected. I don't know if it's that enemy destroyer or the one on the east side of the map. I don't want to get into a chasing engagement. He has the advantage. He's never going to fire. He's going to send torpedoes and try and kill me. I'm way too low to risk that. So I figure I'm going to try and pincer the enemy destroyer on the east side of the map. With the help of the friendly destroyer, we should be able to catch this enemy in a compromising position. Trying to keep chase with a very fast destroyer, just not going to work out. We don't have anyone who can box him in on that side. So I'm just going to go around this island, contemplate everything about this game. So one thing that Wargaming teased was team battles. I'm probably never going to be able to get in one. There's no way I would have the time to participate in a team. But it is cool that they're adding more features that are requested. I would love some sort of armor profile put in-game. I realize that there are third-party programs that allow you to see each ship, each hull upgrade, the way it's laid out, blah, blah, blah. But it would be much easier and much better for a player to have that information real-time whenever they're just looking at the game. We get to see the ships in 3D already. Why not overlay the armor profile that you've built for those ships? So yeah, we're spotted. We're definitely within 11.5 kilometer detection. Remember, I have both concealment module and he takes a quick shot. That little Kagero. Remember, I have both the commander skill and the module loaded on the ship. It gets it down to 11.5, which is pretty garbage, but it's better than 14, which the German starts out at. I'm just waiting for this guy, and yep, here come the torpedoes. Instead of continuing the left side of this island, I chose to break right. I just expect enemy destroyers to send out their torpedoes. His propulsion gets knocked out. He has to use damage control. I would love to kill this guy. 15 seconds until the game ends, and I don't actually realize that at the time. I was like, yeah, there's plenty of time. I want to be very cautious. I don't want to risk the ship. I only have 4,000 hit points. So I'm only going to try and focus on the front guns. And this is HE. Look how crappy the damage is. And nope, the game ends. Ah, that guy should have been dead. But I think we did pretty good for our team. I think we gave our team the best chance to win. Confederate, Kraken Unleashed, First Blood, 5 kills, 5 citadels, 2,229 base XP. A solid game for our team. So we did around 100,000 points of damage. I'll take it, but I wanted more citadels. There were so many opportunities at a broadside citadel that I just missed. I hope you enjoyed this game, however. We were able to help our team immensely. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.